Right, and here we go. So that's the south end of the river, and we're just going to walk north to the windbreak at the top corner of this garden through the river. This was all, you know, head-high brambles. This is a waterfall here hitting a whole load of bedrock, and it's just chewed itself out a nice hole which links up with that pond down there. And then this is like the middle of the garden. So from this point where I'm going to put another dam here, you can walk into the river from the actual middle of the garden. Thank you, Saskia, for starting the clearance to come off down into this bit. You'll barely recognise it. It was a tiny tunnel, one small person wide to start with, and now it all opens up into a walk down the river. Lots more stones to collect for the path. I've got this stony arrangement. We'll carry on down there eventually, but it's not a very fun job just going and picking them off the hillside, so that's a slow progress one, that one. This is the start of the dam, which I kind of run out of motivation to complete because I'm not entirely sure where the levels will sit down this bit. And I'll figure that in the summer when everything has died back. So in the meantime, in all this made up ground, I've planted beans and peas, which I had tons of stocks with, and when the world lockdown happened, I decided to plant them all. So you see this whole green line, the whole edge and everywhere in between the trees is beans and peas. So if you see those, it's farvish beans and sweet pea. Right. So this bit's really shady. The Sistish kind of overhang, and then it's only maybe 10 feet wide with the channel that side. So got some quince that were dug up from the river as I cleared through, and just stuck the bare root into the ground, and they're growing absolutely fine. And then all down this line, this is another quince, but all down this line I've just been sinking whatever seeds into the ground to see what happens, see if they germinate themselves, because I wasn't really sure what to grow here. So we've got some stuff growing here. There's this one, and this one, and I hadn't been able to really identify them, but I'm leaning towards, well, apple maybe. Maybe it's an apple. I don't remember doing apple, but I have chucked apple seeds everywhere because I eat them all the time. So maybe these are apple. Anyway, there's two identical things sprouting up here, which I'm not entirely sure what they are. So watch that space. There's a tree yet to be planted where this pole is. Again, it's in this shady spot. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to plant in here, but maybe it'll be a subtropical tree. A bit of a problem because I'm pretty sure the wind will rush coldly through this tunnel in the winter. So maybe another apple or maybe an ashborough, I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, at the threshold to this bit, I've actually started planting stuff. Here is a carob from seed, an alpharoba, naturalised here, so that should do no problem. It's an evergreen as well, so it's sort of, the hope is that plugs the wind in this channel. But it gets quite big. I'm not sure that will be a permanent fixture here. And then, similar to that other bit, I've just been chucking seeds here. So here's some self-seeded clementines. There's another one there. Sea of peas that will knit together, hopefully, soon. And then, yeah, we're into trees that I've started in the greenhouse in the winter and then just planted out recently. So that is a persimmon. And we've got another persimmon here, another persimmon there. And then this is one of the silverberries that didn't get hurt by the planting out process. It, didn't pause, has just kicked on. So, I mean, they're just baby little plants, but you'd be amazed in a couple of months what these are going to look like. And as long as they make it through the first year without me needing to water them too much, they can then establish themselves through the second season really solidly and then be low maintenance after that. And then wherever you see these twigs, there are trees. So there's another clementine. That's another buffalo berry, clementine. There's lots of clementines because I eat a lot of clementines, so I want to be able to eat them in the future. And this is a bit of an exotic patch, so of ubiquitous beans and peas along either side of this windbreak, which I found in the bin. And this is an old chair that I broke up and used as the post. But we got some tobacco growing in a line there, which will bush up and be easily taller than that sort of fence in the future. And then we got the avocado that I started from seed in the van. And I can't tell you how excited I am by that. It must get a centimetre taller every day. It's just so happy. So I did put a lot of effort into blocking it from the wind, which does swirl around here a little bit. But it's just so happy there. It is growing probably the fastest out of everything except for that almond in the bottom part of the garden. And I come and sit and have cups of tea with this chap all the time. Favourite tree of the moment? Well, maybe second favourite. There's a Californian pepper tree that I can show you in a bit that's doing super well this year. Line of pomegranates, of course, to form the hedgerow when this fence is only a temporary thing. It'll get washed away by the water at some point. So yeah, those pomegranates are the actual fence. And then we had a poor, sorrowful story here. I thought at the time it was my only guava, but it's not. I have two others. There you go, focus, well done. So something went and nested. It sort of glued the top two leaves together, nested in them, and ate the embryonic bit of the plant that was growing out the top. But I mean, looking at it today, the leaves look green, so I think it's going to survive. It's just going to be a bit behind its brothers and sisters, who are a bit behind the other trees in general. This is the silverberry that's moulding a little bit, and to me that looks like it's recovered a lot. So I'm happy. I think that'll survive, and I don't know how big they'll get. Maybe 10 inches or so this year. I have no idea. I've never grown any. But they're nitrogen fixers and tasty little berries. And here's an exciting prospect. That is a mulberry. And I've got a bunch of them about, and some still in pots. And they really didn't like the winter as little baby trees, but they're growing super well now. They're looking very happy. This is a clementine. Second clementine I've planted in that spot. Something came and decapitated the last one. And then we got a mulberry this side. There's another one hidden in there. And then we're at the windbreak, look. So I got some windbreaky trees coming in a line here. So we got a pepper tree, Californian pepper tree. They've just got the most beautiful leaves on them. Look at that, like fern-like. And then the other side, you can just see there with that twig. That's another pepper tree. Okay, so that's that whole bit of the garden. I'll pause this video just to break them into manageable chunks, but that's the planting down that bit. I think I need to come and sneak some more variety of vegetables in here, but I think I'll go through this year and see just what the water's like for watering vegetables before I commit to it. Was working really hard through winter into the very start of spring, getting this bit all done. And I'm immensely satisfied to have it at this stage going into the summer and to have everything growing here after a year and a half. So yeah, in 5 or 6 or 7 years, that'll be a lot of food, I hope anyway. It's all theoretical. Right, let's pause this.